Hello everyone and welcome back to Ethereum News with your buddy Crypto. So today I was at work after I made the first video that I made today, and I got an email from my miner because I mine on a pool called ethermine.org, and basically they can send you an email if you set it up that way, so that they send you an email for some situation your miner goes down so you know what's going on. So I got an email saying that my miner Beast was down, so I was like, what? Because you're basically keeping your computer on and mining for no reason. I had just gotten to work. So I was kind of frustrated. I was like, dang, I guess maybe the internet went down, or maybe Windows decided to do some sort of weird update for some reason. But then I started realizing that the price was dropping for Ether, and I was like, okay, correction. But no, it wasn't a correction. It turns out that there was a bug in block 2283416. And in this block, when your miner basically got to that, and under the Geth miner, it kind of froze. It had a memory leak issue that caused the memory usage to kind of shoot up and then freeze. So immediately the network started dropping off in transaction rate and hash rate because 20% of the users use Geth. So basically the Ethereum network was down 20%, and there are a lot of different pools that were using Geth to pool together their power to create the mining hash power. So these went down, and there was kind of a big freeze on some networks like Poloniex on their exchange, trying to figure out what's going on. Was this malicious? Was it a hack? Was it a bug? But thank God that developer conference 2 is just beginning in Shanghai, because the developer team was actually there together and ready to solve this issue. So it looks like our team managed to get together and really quickly, within hours, put out a fix for Geth. And in the meantime, suggested they use Parity, which is a different kind of client. So you have the blockchain, the Ethereum blockchain is this whole chain, right? And then on the chain, it keeps running no matter what. You can have, well, assuming nodes are running it, right? Different computers running different kinds of software, keeping those nodes going. So you have Parity, Geth, all these different things built on different platforms, different kind of protocols, Java, or what different languages they are. So basically the one that was called Geth that accessed this network had a bug, so it caused a memory leak. But there was still Parity, built over Rust, and other clients. So these clients kept working. So Vitalik and his team recommended that we moved over to Parity in the meantime while they fixed the issue. Then they actually released a fix about 5 hours ago. They released a fix, suggested you go ahead and update to the latest version of Geth, and then they reinforced how awesome it is that we have different clients basically for you to connect to the Ethereum network on to fix these kind of issues and to allow them to keep going. Basically, the network has proved its resilience even further. It's proved that it can even come together over quick security things and get them fixed. Bugs like this that could be major. And Ethermine, eventually, I was still at work, it kept mining. My miner eventually came back on because Ethermine went off for a while and switched over to Parity, and it just kept mining. So most people, I feel like, that were mining in pools like that, they didn't even notice. Probably, maybe a few hours lost. But it was awesome to me how quick the developer team could come together to create this fix. And once more reinforced how much quicker Ethereum is at coming and building solutions for issues that both arise in the short term and the long term, versus something like Bitcoin that, although claims decentralization, in a way has not been able to make certain features available yet, like segregated witness or Lightning Network, or Ethereum or Bitcoin Classic to increase the megabyte block, because it takes so many different people coming together to create a new client together to run that and change the whole network. Whereas with Ethereum, it's so brand new, and although it is slightly more centralized because of, well, I can agree with that. It's slightly more centralized in the sense that we have the Ethereum Foundation. In my opinion, the fact that we have a foundation led by such a strong team is what gets me most excited about that crypto, because I don't see that in any other cryptocurrency led by such an intelligent, forward-thinking, smart, socially understanding group of individuals yet. And so that's why I back Ether. And that's pretty awesome to me. Yeah, damn, there was something I thought of that I completely forgot. So, yeah, Ethereum continues to build resilience, looks strong, and keep falling forward. They only get stronger, and they keep learning from things like this and building security up even stronger. So I think Ethereum right now is a pretty solid buy, even at the current price before moving into Developer Conference 2 that just started about 2 hours ago, if I'm correct, off in Shanghai. So it's pretty cool if you think about it. You have all these guys sitting on a room like, yeah, what are we gonna do for our speeches, man? Yeah, it's gonna be cool. Bug, I know, and they all put on their rings, and they all power up, and they basically just fought the monster. It was like some Power Ranger stuff. Yeah. Anyway, that was pretty cool. So they fixed it real quick. I had complete confidence. When I first saw the price dipping off, I was like, damn, do I close my long on Poloniex, or what do I do? And then I realized what was going on. And I felt confidence because I saw the way that the team handled the fork issue, and I knew that it was going to be fixed pretty damn quick in this scenario, which is exactly what happened. And now we can all breathe happy. And what's funny is that apparently there was a smart contract involved that might have been slightly malicious, and there was a contract that said something like, "From Shanghai with love, go home," as part of the ID, that when the attack was happening apparently, or whatever it was. And it's funny because the release that they released right now on Geth, the bug fix for this, the Ethereum team that is called "From Shanghai with Love" release. That's pretty cool because they name all the releases. I think that's pretty funny. So yeah, Ethereum, man, the momentum's really gonna start picking up moving into this week, into Developer Conference 2, because this is when so many things are gonna be announced. I feel like we've been all waiting to get to Developer Conference 2 to really map out the next few steps. This is when it's gonna happen. They're gonna, I'm sure, announce Metropolis, Serenity, what timelines are like now after the whole fork incident. We're gonna have a lot more reassurance as to what's going to be happening, and that's totally positive. Digix releasing, we're talking about sharding and Casper, new things. So basically, we're going to be switching over to proof of stake. And before they said you might have to have something like 1,500 ether to stake before you could stake. Now it looks like you only need 32 ether, and then each block will have something like 1,900 validators, which means a lot of people around the world are going to be able to further secure the network. And that is really awesome news on this really fast network that is getting so many smart contracts. And smart contracts, I feel like, are almost becoming synonymous in a way with Ether, like blockchain in a way was with Bitcoin, because it has the first mover advantage. It was the first one to really talk about this idea of smart contracts. Ethereum, we're going to have things like Scenario coming out soon. We're going to be doing the same thing. But to be honest, Scenario's not doing anything new. It's kind of marrying Steemit, social network, and it's marrying Ethereum, the whole base protocol, but it's nothing really new, and we'll see if it does anything really better. But at the end of the day, to me, I totally been at Ethereum. It has that first mover advantage that, we've seen now in Bitcoin. It's hard to pass Bitcoin because it had that first blockchain advantage. Even if you have blockchains like Litecoin that are quicker and do the same thing, even if you have that, it just had the first mover advantage. So I think Ethereum is getting stronger and stronger and stronger, and we've seen its resilience, and to me that's really, really bullish, and it gets me excited. And so, yeah, I wanted to also just share some support to everyone presenting at Developer Conference 2. Thank you so much for your hard work, and I wish you guys the best with your speeches and with your presentations and with your presence at the Developer Conference 2. We all are rooting for you guys, and we all wish you the best. And thank you, any developers watching this who were able to make this fix real quick. Thank you on behalf of the community. Thank you everyone watching this in general for keeping the support of this channel going up. And it's a good reason why I talk about Ethereum, in my opinion. I talk about Ethereum because I really do believe in Ethereum. And situations like what happened today are like, like whatever, they're whatever. They present buying opportunities. That's what they do. They cause a dip in the price for you to pick them up. And the last thing I did want to mention is, if you don't know yet, if you go to some exchange like Poloniex.com, you can actually borrow Ether and do what's called going long. You can buy Ether and borrow it at a certain transaction fee. If you think the price is gonna be going up, you can also short it, and if the price goes down, you make money. So look into that tab that says transfer balances. Once you deposit some money to your Poloniex.com account, transfer balances, move it from the exchange over to margin trading, accept all the agreements, and basically, you know, put in a percent fee, and based on how much collateral you have, basically you can borrow a bunch of ether that you don't even own and hold it if you want to assume that the price is going to go up. So that's called going long. I'm sure many of you guys do that already. Maybe if you don't, you might want to look into it. It's a cool little feature, I think, that maybe can make you some money moving into developer conference 2. And yes, there's so much more I've thought of throughout the day I've wanted to say to you guys. I'm really excited. I'm really excited. And yeah, this is going to be a very pivotal week. So I wish you guys the best. Please subscribe if you haven't below. Comment as well. I respond when I can. And like this video, share it. Yeah. Take care, you guys.